The wedding is at the top. You go over the top is the wedding, and then you're just screaming.
Well, even if you make plans, you never think you're really...
Hello, everyone.
Yo.
Checking in, the Hartzogs.
What's up? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we talk a lot about finances, so you may wonder like where we get the information from.
Who are these people, and where do they get the cojones to talk about this type of stuff?
I just kind of go with the wind.
That would have been a cut right there.
No, I just go. He, as mentioned before, is a maniac. When he's into something, he's into something. So he watches and listens to a lot of things, but he comes back and tells me. So that's
how every relationship should be. You kind of share the knowledge, or not even just relationship, your friends, your family.
Yeah.
People that you want to see succeed. You should always want to see people doing, better than you, no matter if they're older or younger.
But even before like blogs and all this stuff, like family members, my dad and my aunt are like the two family members that I know that are into finances and would like educate me on that. Other than that,
I didn't have anyone. My family was broke growing up, so we didn't have money. We didn't talk about money, and you learned whatever you learned about money from somebody who had money. So
okay, well,
well, there you go. You guys know my history. So I mean, a lot of my knowledge about finances is just all self-taught and just the friends that and fraternity brothers that I have, just talking to them and picking their brains a lot about some of this stuff. But I do a lot of self-searching
But before that, we used to watch Suze Orman on Saturday nights.
Oh yeah, Suze Orman. She was.
That was like the beginning.
That was early stages.
Because I was watching and he barely would like pay attention.
Yeah, Suze was dope because she could tell you couldn't buy it. You're like, how you gonna tell me I can't buy something?
But when they look, you see all the expensive. You're like, oh, they got this, they got that. Like, no, they shouldn't afford it. So that was like maybe 3 years ago. Her show ended maybe a year and a half ago. I don't remember.
But that was a good one. We watched Shark Tank just to keep our. It's not just reading about or just learning about finance. It's just about learning about other things that you didn't know, and now automatically translate to you wanting to do better and just learning about more financial stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I got
read your list of things.
I got a ton of things. So, one blog I really got into is Paychecks and Balances. That's ran by I Am Rich Jones. Dope podcast. A lot of podcasts I listen to are for millennials, by millennials. Rich 20-something.
I was just saying that I work at home, so I don't really have time to listen to podcasts. He's driving to work.
So I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts on my commute to and from work.
And I have to take care of the puppy, so it's not easy for me.
Side Hustle Pro, that's a podcast by a black woman for black women, but I listen to that a lot because I think it translates to all walks of life. It translates to men, and they just talk about ways that millennials can make more money. Side Hustle School is another one. They want to take your side hustle and kind of grow it. FreakEnomics Radio is another dope one. How I Built This is another one that kind of focuses on larger companies, Uber, Twitter, Instagram, how they came from the ground up, and you talk to the people that actually founded those companies. What was the initial ideas?
You listen to them. He talks to them.
Well, yeah, he talks to them. I talk to them too sometimes. And the last but not least, Dave Ramsey, the guru, the OG.
I had funny story is that maybe like 4 or 5 years ago when I went to Miami because we used to go for Memorial Weekend. So me and my cousin Kay went by my dad. He actually gave us the book Total Money Makeover.
Total Money Makeover was the first book.
And we were supposed to read it. Years went by.
So what I did with that book is I read it.
He read it and then got on it for like a second.
I was on it 2009 maybe. Had it, put it to the side.
And then picked it up again this year, basically.
When
we started going towards paying off the debt really heavy this January, he became another maniac for Dave Ramsey. Like
huge. He's an OG. He'll let you know you stupid.
Yeah, whatever.
A lot of us are.
Thing about it is with Tony is that...
Here we go. All right.
With the whole money thing...
I'm about to end the video.
No. With the whole money thing is that...
All right, guys.
Once he...
Talk to you later.
Make me choke. With Dave Ramsey, he's like, okay, this is the philosophy, whatever. Fine. Then I will say, oh, I agree with this part, but disagree with this part. How could you disagree with this part? That doesn't make sense. How could you not understand?
It makes sense.
Listen.
It relates to everyone.
Linda, listen.
Listen, Linda.
I can agree to disagree.
No.
This is my thing.
You can't agree to disagree.
I can't be halfway in it with him. It's like you have to fully agree, and I'm like,
if you're not in, you out. If you're not my friend, you my enemy. If it's not up, it's down.
That has nothing to do.
Done.
That's two separate things. That
But
has nothing to do with anything.
just to bring it back in, just what we try to do is just self knowledge and just talk to our friends and family and just try to keep the knowledge flowing, try to keep what we learn flowing, and try to learn from each other.
Yeah, but not to be too overbearing.
Here we go.
What? I just.
All right, guys. So
Whoa! Why you cutting me for? All I said is not to be too overbearing. You give information. Some people want it, some people don't. That's all.
Thank you, guys. Another Heart Ceremony episode. We appreciate it.
Over and out. Come again.